Okay, we're back. Let's find out how bad the damage is. Let's see what happens when we try to load it. Okay, so we lost our progress. We're back to 43 days, so that kind of sucks. No, 43 days is where we left off. Okay, we lost a little bit, but I think we probably have. Yeah, we have all that firewood, so we didn't run into the bear. We didn't do any of the other stuff, so we got a minor reset here. It's okay. Yeah, so we lost a little bit of time out there, but it's okay. Yeah, I'm really not quite certain what to do next. It was my E drive that was quitting before, and then now it's the D drive, and the E drive is staying stable. So I don't know what's going on. Everything I've looked into seems to suggest it's a problem that it may actually be a Windows update that has introduced some instability in how it handles solid state drives once they fill up to a certain degree, except for solid state drive that I've moved to or that I'm using for the long dark is the empty one. So I don't know why. I really don't know. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, we do need to solve this other problem. It's a good thing I pay attention to this. Used up bandages a while ago. That would have been ugly. So did we get the rabbits? I don't think we got the rabbits. No. Maybe. I don't know. Let's just make some more tea while we're out here. Cooking, still a long ways to cooking 5. Yeah, I tried all sorts of things to try to deal with the solid state drives dropping out. I even went and tracked down like a driver update for the input-output driver for the system, and that has not made any substantial difference. I felt it made it a little bit more stable, but I think it's still something obviously is still causing drives to shut down. Okay. Need 19 hours to go. breakfast. We can make some coffee too. I know there's a bear out there, but we don't see him. The deer. Only 13 matches left. Gotta be careful here. Ooh. How are we doing time-wise? 43. Oh, there's Mr. Bear way out there. Yeah, you're going the wrong direction, buddy. I don't need you to head over to the bear. Yeah, wrong direction. Uh-oh. One of them did not get properly shuffled. Oh. 25 minutes.
I'm not going to be able to carry this load for much longer.
Oops. Okay. I think our next step, as much as I really don't want to go all the way to another cave, is to go to a cave. We don't have a lot of firewood, though. We don't. Okay, let's sit out here.
I think my stomach is eating itself.
Oh boy. Well, let's see here. Whew. Ooh. Now I'm getting tired. Yeah, I think the only thing I can do to make this more stable would be to reinstall the long dark on the C drive, which I've been trying to clear up because it's been getting very full. But put it back on the C drive, then I know at least the C drive is not going to drop out. But I shouldn't have to do this. I shouldn't. For a long time, all the drives were stable and had no issues. And it's just like in the last 2 months or so, suddenly just have this problem with one of the drives. Ooh. Yeah, well, I feel like modern Windows is becoming increasingly a headache to deal with because they keep trying to cram more and more stuff into it that, I don't know, it's just, like, I don't need all these AI tools built into my operating system. I don't need all these, there's a lot of stuff I don't need that they keep on trying to convince. Like, I don't need Copilot. I really don't. So are you running Long Dark on a Linux machine then? That's pretty cool. Whoa, you have a 5060. Wow. I think that's a little overkill for TLD, but I'm using a 3070 right now. Yeah. But just sufficient. Yeah, we need to get to the cave.
I need to find some place to escape this cold.
Oh, now we're freezing.
Freezing.
Freezing. Wow, we're going to get a blizzard here in a second. 14 more hours. We're going to have to stay overnight in the cave. Oh, boy. I think we left some maple saplings in here. This is the other reason why I'm coming up to the cave. It's like the first time we stayed here, we left maple saplings secure, and all we need is one more cured one, and then we can have a travois, and then we will be able to zip around hauling our stuff. Well, we'll be good and tired by the time we get up to this cave. Home stretch. Okay. Oh, tired. Okay, we'll head up to the cave. Actually, it looks like we can harvest this deer. Get a little bit of meat going. But we'll warm up first and then we'll come back for the deer. Stupid. Well, we arrived just in time. 9 hours. Okay, let's hope we don't freeze to death. Oh. Well, that was unfortunate. We gambled with sleeping in the cave. Yeah. Running out of coal was pretty devastating, honestly. We really should have conserved our coal a little bit better, and we found ourselves in a couple places where we really needed to keep a fire going. Yeah, we could have slept in slower increments, but we got greedy and we tried to recover our health, and that didn't work out. We didn't make it 50 days. It's so sad. Oh well. This one, honestly, this was not a great. It was good. The best thing about this run was the spawn time was so early in the day. It meant that we had plenty of time to get out every single day. The bad part was really we had a delay in getting our hunting going. We had, and we didn't have very much luck. We did not run into animals as frequently as we needed to stay fed. So yeah, we had some problems with that. Or when we did run into animals, we were in such poor condition and didn't have coal, we couldn't afford to actually kill anything and harvest it. So we'll try again. We've done this before, but it took a lot of attempts to get there. So we'll try again. Okay, so yeah, thanks for hanging out with me tonight. We'll do as is our custom. We will read a poem before we go. And we'll try again next time. I think the next stream will probably be... It might be Friday night. If not Friday night, it will be Sunday night. Well, could be Saturday night. I'm going out to dinner, but I think I'll be done early. So this weekend, I will probably have at least one more stream. Maybe two. Okay. Okay, so we'll read something. I'm sad that I messed up and didn't keep the run. Okay, let's see. I don't know what we're feeling like today. I don't know. Let's see. We'll pick something. I'll just choose something. What's something we haven't read here? Wow. Okay. Maybe we'll read something from the first book. Okay. This is from The Lost Country of Sight, my first book of poetry, published by Anhinga Press in 2008. Winner of the Philip Levine Prize. This poem is entitled 4 Hours to Taipei. I don't think I read this one very often, so we'll give this a try. 4 hours to Taipei. Emptied of thought, my head against the gray window of the car, in what should be dark, but isn't, the constant barrage of light flares up from water-stained apartment buildings and run-down homes on the hills, or gleams at the side of the road and every point in between. Plastic store signs lit from within everywhere. Scooters and taxis disappear, leaving only the last trace of their taillights, like fireflies escaping into the night. The road hums like a tired monk at the end of a Buddhist wake, long after the body has drifted into the river of stars. So the inspiration of this was when I was 19, I went back to Taiwan and spent 2 years there as a missionary. And the 4 hours here refers to the arrival, the night that I arrived. So it was a long flight in. I arrived. The airport is in Kaohsiung, which is in the middle of the island. And we were going to Taipei, which was 4 hours away. And so I got picked up with the other missionaries that were arriving at the same time. We're all in this little shuttle bus or minivan going up there. And I'm exhausted looking out the window, looking, just as all the scenery goes by. And it is, it's kind of both capturing my thoughts of that moment, but it's also filtered through, I wrote these after the 2 years, and when I came back to the States and started to write about the experiences. And so it's also filtered through some of the experiences I had talking to Buddhist monks and others, and the general sense of being in a place and not feeling kind of like a ghost moving through the space sometimes. And so everything feels ephemeral and you feel kind of transitory at the same time, which weirdly fit in well with sort of that whole Buddhist wake image at the end. It actually is a reference to my one of my uncles when he passed away when I was there. I attended the funeral, and there was sort of this ongoing wake thing that they do, that the Buddhist side of the family would celebrate, or perform sort of an ongoing ritual of reading of the Buddhist scripture in the preparation for the spirit to transition to the next stage. So there's kind of this drone, this constant, this constant movement, constant voice that goes on, that carries over. And so that was kind of what I was thinking about. Just leave you on hockey. As long as she doesn't take you out there, pushes you off a cliff, and then says, oh, he wanted to be out there. He's enjoying nature still. Okay. So anyways, regrettably, we did not succeed in this attempt. That was in Lost Country. Yes, that was Lost Country of Sight. There's about 4 arcs in that book, and the first arc is kind of in reference to that return to Taiwan that I experienced, and sort of the being simultaneously a stranger and then also someone who has a connection to the place. And really, most of the book revolves around our, on a very broad sense, it's an elegy. The book is, in a remembrance of people and places that we've lost and that we're trying to rebuild, through memory or through writing. And then most specifically, it's also, it evolved. The book didn't start off this way, but it evolved into an elegy or a memory of my father, because he passed away in the last year that I was working on the book. So that becomes an important way in which the book gets re-edited in that final pass before it finally got accepted. And the book had kind of transformed itself at that point. So yeah. Okay. So thanks all for hanging out. We'll try to find someone to go raid right now. And yeah, I will have to apologize for messing up. Oh well. It was a gamble, right? We gambled and we lost. Sometimes we gamble and we lose. Hyperman's still up. Deadpool is dead up. Cyrus. Anyone else who want to drop in on? Well, we haven't visited Deadpool for a while, so let's go drop in on Deadpool. Okay. Yeah, we still had fun. We'll try again. Okay, so we'll head on over here and hang out with Deadpool for a little bit, and then I'll get some sleep. Take care, all. See you next time.